A sole trader is someone carrying on a business in their personal name. They must have an ABN registered. The ABN will list the business name, which may or may not include their middle name. The best way to check the correct name is to go to www.abr.business.gov.au, which is the ABN search website, and you'll be able to confirm exactly what the correct name is by entering in their ABN to the search. The agreement is completed as an individual, which we will explore further now. So how do you complete an agreement for a sole trader correctly? Their legal name is their personal name. Customer type is sole trader, so tick the sole trader box. Enter the customer's ABN in the ABN box. Remember, there is no ACN given that it's not a company. That's really the only differences for page 1 for a sole trader. Everything else remains the same regardless of customer type. We'll now look at page 2, being the guarantor details. The sole trader is the individual involved in the agreement, so he or she must also be included as a guarantor. Enter the name of the sole trader again, this time including their personal home address. You'll also enter in their email and contact number again. As discussed in part 2 in detail, it's very important that you ask them about any property ownership and record the details here, including the estimated property value and the approximate amount of debt owed on the property, if they do indeed owe property. As there is only one individual involved, there is no guarantor too. Simply leave this section blank. So for a sole trader, only guarantor 1 details are required. Now we'll look at how a sole trader needs to sign the agreement. As the sales rep, you'll sign the financier's acceptance. The sole trader signs as customer and writes in their name and the date signed. There is no company involved, so tick as an individual and be sure to witness their signature. The guarantor acceptance. Remember, whoever was entered as a guarantor on page 2 must sign here. The sole trader will sign, including their name and the date signed. You will again sign as witness. As you can see, for a sole trader, they sign in each section. The next page is the business use declaration. The sole trader only signs this, ensuring their name and the date is included. Goods acknowledgement delivery and installation completion. The customer details entered here are the same as in section 1 on page 1. Customer acceptance of the acknowledgement. The sole trader signs, including their name and the date signed. As you did on page 3, you tick individual, and you'll then need to witness their signature. Now we're looking at page 5, being the direct debit request. Very straightforward. Enter the sole trader details, which will be the same as section 1 on page 1. Then complete the customer's bank account details that they want the monthly payment to be debited from. This is the final signature of the document. The sole trader signs to authorise for that payment to be debited. Be sure to make sure they include the date signed. So as you can see, we entered the sole trader as the guarantor and then simply had to have the customer sign in each section.